Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bosch. The number of clean diesel models in North America will double by 2014. Bosch Clean Diesel. Good, clean, fun. Bridgestone. Your journey, our passion. And by Dow Automotive Systems. Improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com.
Welcome to Autoline Daily for March 14th. I'm John McElroy. Linsanity is taking China by storm, so Volvo is reportedly in talks with basketball sensation Jeremy Lin to help market the cars in China. The Taiwanese American, who plays for the New York Knicks, is as much of a sensation in China as in the United States. Speaking of Volvo, it has a new head designer, Thomas Ingenlath, who comes from Volkswagen. Last fall, Peter Horbury, who had run Volvo Design, became the head of design at Geely, the Chinese company that owns Volvo. But so far, Mr. Horbury has not moved to China, so we'll have to see how this plays out. And the company is reportedly looking at building a plant in North America. It's definitely a hedge against a strong euro, but could it also be a hedge against potential trade limits on Chinese-built cars? We'll have to see how that one plays out, too. 2 years ago, Lotus announced ambitious plans to unleash a whole new lineup of cars. But it looks like those plans are not going to plan. DRB-Hicom is an investment firm that's buying a controlling interest in Proton, the Malaysian automaker that owns Lotus. They found that Lotus has never made any money since it was acquired in 1996. Danny Behar, the CEO of Lotus, may get axed if he doesn't get things straightened out fast. And a point of interest here, Bob Lutz is also on the board of advisors to Lotus. Chevy says it's coming out with a new car in the American market, but it will not say what it is. Yet it will say that this is the car it will race in NASCAR. So now the speculation is that they're talking about a refreshed design of the Chevy Caprice. The Australian-made rear-drive car is presently only sold as a police car in the American market, but this announcement would suggest that maybe it's going to be more than just a police car. Automakers keep trying to come up with new kinds of camouflage. Now, Chinese company Soueast seems to have come up with the cleverest camouflage of all. Check out this sedan that has got graphics that will fool just about any photograph and would seem to make it next to impossible for anyone using Photoshop to remove the disguise. In another indication, China plans to be on top of the latest automotive technologies. Japanese supplier Denso announced it will begin vehicle-to-vehicle and vehicle-to-infrastructure tests on public roads in China. And you know, China is an ideal place to test this technology because it addresses two major problems: chronic traffic jams and horrific levels of vehicle fatalities. Denso has been doing similar tests in Japan, the US, and Europe for several years. And speaking about the future, GM and NASA just unveiled a robotic glove that potentially could be used by auto workers or astronauts to avoid repetitive stress injuries. The glove weighs about 2 pounds and is powered by a lithium-ion battery. It allows the wearer to hold a grip longer and more comfortably, which helps reduce the amount of force needed to complete a job. For a more detailed look at how this glove works, click on the link in today's show notes.
What's heavier than this dense, wet snow that's falling all around me? That story coming right up.
Drivers who want to get the most out of their cars. It's Bridgestone or nothing.
The Taurus is Ford's flagship sedan, and it's available as either a four-door family car or a high-performance luxury machine with the show model. For the 2013 refresh, the company is hoping to expand the Taurus's sales universe right here on Earth.
So this is the 2013 Taurus, something we're really proud of, making today's flagship sedan even better for Ford Motor Company. And it's really about refinement. Refining the exterior styling, refining the powertrains, refining the interior, more fuel economy, better performance across the board, really honing in all the different aspects of the vehicle and making an outstanding product from our customer.
And of course, all of those improvements and refinements go directly into how the car drives. The new Taurus has a very tight steering feel, as is the brake pedal, very firm. And of course, the company is also refining how it's getting the word out about this car, how it's marketing it as well.
Well, it's all about the Taurus being new for 2013, and in order to tell that story, what we're going to do in our national campaign is we're going to bring in the engineers that actually did the product for us. And the engineers are going to team up with Carl Edwards, and Carl is going to show them how to drive a Taurus show like nobody's driven the car before. I think it's going to be really fun. They're going to talk about the new features, and it's going to be a great parody between Carl and the engineers that actually worked on the product.
At the end of the day, the refreshed, enhanced, and restyled 2013 Ford Taurus is a lot like its predecessor. It's a big, heavy, solid-feeling car, and that impression was only reinforced after driving it through a sudden snow and ice storm up here in the Oregon mountains. Reporting for Autoline Daily from somewhere near Portland, I'm Craig Cole.
Thanks for that report, Craig. From a sales standpoint, the Taurus could definitely use some help, and maybe these changes will do just that. Hey, speaking of Ford, we have got a great Autoline After Hours coming up tomorrow night when Bryce Hoffman from the Detroit News joins us to talk about his book, American Icon. It tells the inside story of the turnaround at Ford, and there was a lot more swearing and shouting and almost on the verge of fist fights than any of us on the outside realized. Join me and the auto extremist Peter DeLorenzo as we start the show live at our new time, 6 p.m. Eastern Time or 2200 GMT. And that wraps up today's show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.